Before the lunch break, we have seen how to convert a table into a dynamic table. We are seeing various advantages of this dynamic table. Auto freezing, auto filtering, auto formatting, auto update, automatic grand total, automatic subtotal. The last one is about the slicers. So we have inserted a slicer. Based on the slicer, when I click, it's getting filtered automatically. But could you tell me, I want to select two zones. Maybe I want to select the south zone and north zone. Normally, how do we do it? Control key. Select the south zone, hold the control key and select the north. But this slicer, you can see there is a small button available called as multi-select. If I switch on the multi-select, when I switch on the multi-select, now no need for selecting, no need for holding the control key. South is already selected. Now I select the north also. Now you can see both the regions are getting selected. If you switch on this multi-select. Multi-select is used for selecting multiple items without the control key. And to clear the filter, you can click on this clear. Suppose I have selected one region here. I want to clear it. There is a button for clearing the filter. Even you can have multiple slicers also. This slicer is for zone. Assume I want to create a slicer for location, or I want to select the slicer for vehicle type or anything. So place the cursor on the table, go to the table design again, go to the insert slicer again, and I can select anything. Already zone wise we have created a slicer. Now for example, vehicle type. I want to create one more slicer for vehicle type. Okay. Yes, there are two slicers. If I select north zone, under north zone, I want to select only a particular vehicle type. So, two types of slicers. Let me remove the multi-select. And I select only the south zone. Below the south zone, only the particular vehicle type. So, multiple slicers. And can I get one slicer vertically and can I get one slicer horizontally? For example, one slicer is like this vehicle type. And the zone slicer, I'm going to put it somewhere else on the top. I have some space on the top. So let us put it onto the top. And let me decrease the height of this slicer. Increase the width of the slicer. Decrease the height, increase the width. But unfortunately, I'm not able to see all the 5 zones here. There are south, north, east, west and central. I'm not able to see all the zones. So what we will do is go to the slicer. Select the slicer. There is a contextual tab appearing here called as slicer. And there is an option called as columns. One column. But I believe I have 5 regions, 5 zones. So let us add some zones here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 zones. So you can see one slicer looks like this, another slicer looks like this. So you can have 2 types of slicer. Vertically, horizontally also. Decrease the height and increase the width and change the columns. How many columns you want, you can add the columns here. Slicer and you can change your column numbers. Since I have 5 zones, I have selected 5 columns. Okay. If you don't want the slicer, if you don't like the slicer, very simple, select it and press delete on your keyboard. Just select it and press delete on your keyboard. The slicer will get deleted. Yes. As we have a name for a file, this file is 01 pivot. We have a name for a sheet, EX01. Similarly, we can give a name for your dynamic table also. You can give a name for dynamic table. How do we give a name for a dynamic table? Place the cursor on the table. Just place the cursor on the table. Table design. Place the cursor on the table, go to table design. On the left hand side, you can see it shows the table name. It's table 1. So table design, it's table 1. So I want to rename it. Yes, you can go here and you can rename it. But while renaming, some conditions is no space and special character. Don't give a space, don't give a special character. Space and special characters are not allowed. And it should start with the alphabet. Your name should start with an alphabet. Let me click here. I think it's zone wise sales margin. So let me give a name. Zone sales margins or profit and loss or something. So I will give a name. Zone sales margin. No, I didn't give you any space. I didn't give you any special characters. No space, no special characters. enter to accept it. So your name will appear only on the top. Your name is appearing on the top here. What is the purpose or what is the usage of this naming is? Several advantages. First advantage is selection. Now assume we are in some other sheet. I am in sheet number 4 or some other 5 or some other sheet. Now I want to select the table. I want to select the table. I don't know where is the table, in which row, in which column, which cell. Go to this name box. There is a name box here. On the name box, just to make a click on the name box, your table name will get displayed. Your table name is displayed. Click it. So your table will get selected. From anywhere you can select your table also. From anywhere. I am in some other sheet. I want to select that particular table. So go to the name box and click it. Your table will get selected. Simple to select your tables. From anywhere you can jump to that particular table. We have furthermore advantages. Probably we'll explore it in our later session about naming. Now we have seen various advantages of this dynamic table. Now assume that I don't want this dynamic table. Can I make it as a normal simple table? Yes, of course. I want to convert it as a normal simple table. Remember, nothing will happen to your data. Your data will get preserved. Nothing will happen to the color and formatting. That will get preserved. All the other things will go off. The slicer will go off, filtering, freezing, updation. Everything will go off. It will become a normal table. How can I convert it as a normal table? So place the cursor on the table. Two methods. Design. So place the cursor on the table. Go to the table design. Below the table design, there is something called as convert to range. Go to the table design. Convert to range. Method 1. Method number 2. Right click on the table. Table. Right click on the table. Table, convert to range. Second method. Either go to the table design. Below the table design, there is convert to range. First method. Second method is right click, table, and convert to range. Whichever is easier, you can use any one of these two methods. It will ask for the confirmation. Do you want to convert the table into a normal table? If you say yes, it will get converted. Let me try this. Table design, convert to range. Do you want the convert to table into a normal table? If you say yes, as I indicated, slicer will go off, a filter will go off, only the data and the color and background will get preserved. So let us say okay. Yes. It has become a normal table now. How do we reconvert it back to a dynamic table? Control T or Control L. If you forgot the shortcut key, do we have any other methods? Yes, we have another 3 methods. Next method is insert. Under insert, you can see there is an option called as table. Insert table. If this table is graded out, that means it's already a dynamic table. Insert table. Method number 2. Method number 3. Home tab. Format as a table. Home tab, format as the table. Method number 3. First method is Control T, Control L. Second method is insert table. Third method is home tab, format as a table. Fourth method is, they have given so many methods. Control Q, place the cursor on the table. Control Q, table, table. So Control Q, there is a table. Below that there is a table. This is fourth method. I recommend the first method is easier. Shortcut key, Control T or Control L. That's very simple. But you have several options. You can use any one of these options. Okay? Done? Clear? So let us move on. And I always recommend to have a meaningful name for your sheet also. It's always better to have a meaningful name for your sheet. Don't say sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Because what will happen is when you are checking that accessibility, when you go to the review, morning what we did, review, under review we have an option called as check accessibility. You can see it says a error here, a default sheet name. You didn't give a name for a sheet. Sheet is having a default name. Try to have some meaningful name for your sheet. So if you don't have a column heading, if you have the merged cells, if you don't have a sheet name also, you can see it shows some error. So it's always better to have some meaningful name for each and every sheets. So maybe this is my pivot for zone-wise data. So I will give some name, pivot for zone-wise data. So I am giving some meaningful name for it. Right. Let us jump on to exercise number 02. Exercise number 02. In this exercise number 02, we have a small table. We have a small table where we can see what all the columns available here is city, salesperson, order date, order ID, payment method, and order amount. First, can you tell me what I have to do before creating anything? What is the first thing I can do here? I think we have checked it. Review this workbook statistics and performance. It will check for the entire file, not only for the particular sheet. It will check with the entire file itself. If you check the performance and accessibility, it's for the entire file, not only for a particular sheet. So I think there is no problem here. First, before creating the pivot table, I recommend your table to be a dynamic table. Very good. So let us make this table as a dynamic table. Place the cursor on the table. Control T or Control L. Let us give a name for the table. Control T, Control L. And I say OK. So this table was converted as a dynamic table. This table is a dynamic table now. So Control T, Control L. Make this table as a dynamic table. And we'll give some name for this table. Table design. Go to the table design. Under table design, we'll give some name for this. I think this is having the city name, salesperson, order date, order ID, payment method, and order amount. Let us give some name. So let us put a name. Maybe these are all the sales orders. So let me say orders. So I have given some name for this table. So we have converted this table as a dynamic table, and we have given a name for this table also. Now, based on this table, we are going to create a small report. The report is order date wise. What is the sum of order amount? This is the report which we are going to create. I think you know it. It's very simple. Order date wise, what is the sum of order amount? Let me create that report. And I want to create a report in the same sheet, because I don't want to create a separate sheet for every report. It may slow down my system speed. Better to put it in the same sheet. So place the cursor on the table. Insert. Pivot table. Now tell me what could be my next step if I want the report in the same sheet. Existing worksheet. Then location. Which location? Probably I select some location here. Insert. Pivot, existing worksheet. I have selected a location and I say OK. Now you are going to help me here. I want order date wise sum of order amount. Order date wise sum of order amount. Could you tell me where can I drag and drop the order date, or where can I drag and drop the order amount? Order date into rows, order amount into sigma values. Very good. Let me do this. Order date, we are dragging and dropping into rows. Order amount, we are dragging and dropping into values. Yes. We got a report. Order date, I dragged and dropped into rows. Order amount, we have dragged and dropped into sigma. We got a report. This is the advantage of using the latest version of Microsoft Excel. What has happened is it has automatically created a grouping year-wise 2020, 2021, 2022, 23, 24, 25, 26. When I expand 2020, just go to the plus symbol. When I expand 2020, now it is showing quarter-wise. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Unfortunately, quarter 1 is not available. Your data is starting only from 1st April, so only quarter 2. And the expand quarter, you will get it by month-wise. Expand month, you will get it by date-wise. If it is in a tabular form, you will get it in next column. Year will be in one column, month will be in another column, quarter will be in another column. So you will get it in another column. If it is in a tabular form, if it is not in a tabular form, you will get it in the same column here. First year, under year I am getting quarter wise, under quarter I am getting month wise, under month I am getting day wise. But I am not satisfied with this report. I cannot expand every year like this, every quarter, every month like this. I want to see a better report. I want to compare yearly and monthly. Every year, every month, what is my total? Simple. Right click on the year. Either make a right click on the year and go for the option called as group. Right click on the year, go for the option called as group, or else use the shortcut key Alt Shift right arrow. Either right click and go for grouping or use the shortcut key Alt Shift right arrow, whichever is easier. Okay, let me do this. Both will land into the same area. So let us press Alt Shift right arrow or right click and go for grouping. Now it's asking month wise, quarter wise, year wise. For example, I will remove the quarters. I want only yearly and monthly. I don't want quarters. I want yearly and monthly. So let me select years and months. Say OK. Now we got year wise, month wise. Every year, every month. 2020, April, May, June, July. 2021, January, February, March, April. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Still, I'm not convinced with this report. Could you tell me how can I get the years in a separate column and month in a separate column? Tabular. Design. Then report layout. Show in tabular form. So we got years in a separate column. We got months in a separate column. Still I'm not convinced. We'll see a better report. So we got year wise, month wise. First group it by years and months. Then put it in a tabular form. Now I want to make a comparison report. This is okay, but I cannot present a very big report like this. People will not tend to scroll down and check all your reports. I want a simple and easiest report here. So, either the month or year, drag and drop month or year to the columns. Decide which has more values. If you have more values, prefer to be in rows. If you have lesser value, that should be in columns. I think we have 12 months and years are only 6 or 7 years data. So better year should be in columns and month can be in rows. So let me drag that years and drop it to columns. Now you get a better report. You can get a comparison report here. So I have dragged and dropped the years into columns so that I can make a comparison report. We'll see further more other reports. So we dragged that year and we dropped into columns here. But I want to know, for example, let us take this 2021. So I want 2020, we don't have data for January. But in 2021, we have a data. I want to compare to last year, how was my data, whether it has increased or whether it has gone down. I want to know compared to the last year, how was my data here. For example, let us take this January month. Compared to 2020, we have more sales. Compared to 2021, here it was improved. Compared to 22, it has improved. Compared to 23 and 24, it has gone down. We can draw a trend for it. We can draw a trend that we'll see it in another few minutes. But I want to know how many percentage we have improved or how many percentage we have gone down. Right click on the pivot table. Right click on the pivot table. Show value as. Right click on the pivot table. Go to show value as. Under show value as, there are two options available. Difference from, percentage difference from. This difference from will show it in a number. Compared to last year, what is the number? Whether 1000, 2000 has increased. This will show it in a percentage wise. Compared to last year, how much percentage we have improved. How many percentage we have dipped down. So I want to show it in a percentage. So let us go for a percentage. Right click on any one of the area. Go to show value as. Percentage difference from, but unfortunately it's asking whether you want the percentage based on the month wise. Why it shows month April is because my cursor is in the April month, that's why it's showing the April month here. So I don't want it by month wise, let us make it as years. I want to compare last year with this year. Years, it says previous. Do you want to compare 21 with 20, 20 with 21, 22 with 22, 23 versus 22, 24 versus 23, or you want to take something as the benchmark. For example, 2020, I can make it as a benchmark. If 2020 is my benchmark, what 2020 versus 21, 2020 versus 22, 2020 versus 23. Your wish. Now I'll go with previous. So I want to compare it with the previous year. Okay. Yes. Compared to the previous year, how was my data? So compared to the previous year, there was 79% increase. Compared to 2022, I think 109% increase. Compared to 23, 36% it has gone down. Compared to 2024, 1% we have an increase. So it is showing here based on the last year comparison. That is the error appearing. We'll remove that error. Why there is a error is because we don't have a data for this. 2025 we have a data. 2026 there is no data. Null, null, null. So it's showing the error. I don't like this error. Instead of the null, let us put some zeros or some other values. Right click. Go to pivot table options. Right click and go to pivot table options. Under pivot table options, you can see there is an option available for error values show. What do you want to show if there is an error? So let us select for error values. I want to show a 0. Okay. Yes. If there is an error, instead of just an error, it is showing a 0. I don't like that error. Let us show a 0. Right click, pivot table options. For errors, what do you want to show? Okay. Could you tell me why this 2020 is empty? There is no previous year for comparison. Fine. Similarly, grand total is also empty because grand total cannot be compared with any year. So this grand total, I don't like this grand total. It is empty. I want to remove this grand total. So go to design, grand total. There is no option called as switching off, but there is an option on column only. On column only. What this on column only will do is it will switch off that rows. Column total will be there, the row total will get switched off. So let us say on column only. Yes. Now the grand total is switched off. Okay. Grand total on column only, so that this row total will get switched off. Any challenges? Any problem? Because we were design report layout, you didn't select the tabular form. Report layout, show in tabular form. Now you got it? Okay. Now could you tell me, I don't like the percentage. Can I bring it to the old value again? I want to bring back to the old value again. Could you tell me how can I want the exact value, some thousands or some value, same value to be displayed. How can I bring back the old value? Right click, show value as no calculation. Now for example, I want to know a trend for this. I want to draw a small trend chart. For example, 2020 compared to 2021, how was it, whether it has improved or whether it has gone down. Similarly, compared to 2021, 2022, whether it has improved or gone down. I want to make a comparison. Even this empty also, you can fill it with 0. Same method. Right click, pivot table option. I don't like the empty, means you can fill the empty with some values also. 0. To have a even values, you can put it as 0 also. The empty values can be replaced with 0. Error also can be replaced with a 0. So I'm replacing with 0. If you want, you can do this. But I want to know the trend. How was my trend? You cannot draw a chart for each and every month, which is impossible or it's not right also. Select this January month. Select only the January month. I think this we would have learnt in basics of Excel, but still we'll see it here. Select the January month. Go to the tab called as Insert. Go to the tab of Insert. Anyway, we'll explore about the chart later. Under Insert, Spark Lines. You can see 3 types of spark line. Line spark line, column spark line, win and loss. Line spark line is a line chart. Column spark line, you know, it's a bar chart. Win and loss is a positive or a negative, profit or a loss. So for example, I will go with the line chart now. Select the January month, go to Insert, Line. And it's asking where you want this line chart. Probably I want the line chart here. After my data is over, I want the line chart. Okay, yes. It has drawn a small line chart. It shows the trend for my January month. I think it's going on an improving trend and it slightly dipped down. Now it's increasing. Now I copy this to my entire data here. Yes. It shows the spark line for each and every month. February month it has slowed, it has improved. Now it's going on the improve way. I think March month is also good. February month it has gone down. March it has gone down. So it shows the trend. Or you don't like this line chart, can I make it as a column chart now? Go to Spark Lines. You can see a new contextual tab is appearing on the top. Go to the Spark Lines. On the left hand side, line, column, win and loss. Win and loss is profit. A negative, positive, I think we can go for win and loss. This is not negative, positive. So let us go for columns. It shows a small column chart here. Earlier one is a line chart and this one is a column chart. So either you can select a line, trend line, or you can put a column chart also. Okay. Please explore this option because I don't want to take more time on this. These are all very basics. Select this and you can put a highlight the highest point, lowest point, negative point. You can draw a line at the 0th position. There are so many options available. Please explore that on the spark lines. When you select the spark line, on the top there is a spark line. And nowadays Microsoft is trying to bring everything inside a cell. Inside a cell you can get a line chart. Inside a cell you can get a column chart, pie chart. Inside a cell you can put a picture. Inside a cell you can put a checkbox. So many things are coming inside the cell. So like this, try to explore this feature. As of now, I'm going to clear this because we are going to create some other reports. I'm going to clear it. Place the cursor on the table. Go to the spark line. On the spark line, the last one, clear selected spark line or clear the selected spark line group. Group means the entire spark line will get deleted. Selected spark line means only the cell where we have the cursor. Only this spark line will get deleted. I want to delete everything. So let me go to clear selected spark line. Spark line is getting deleted. Okay. So we have created yearly, monthly report. We have seen how to compare the data. We have seen how to draw a spark line also. Done? Clear? Can you please convert this report which you have created? I want you to convert this report into a weekly report. Can you do that? Weekly, what is my total? First to 8th, something, first to 7th. Every week, what is my total? Convert this report into a weekly report. Can you try that? It's showing yearly and monthly. Instead of yearly and monthly, I want this report to be converted as a weekly report, not yearly or monthly. Can you convert this report into a weekly report? Yes, please. I think it's very simple, very easy. Try. Done. Convert this report into a weekly report. Know how many days are there in a week? You can do it. It's in a tablet. What else you doing? Huh? Oh, thank you for it. Every week. Know how many days are there in a week? You can do it. I given the answer. Yes. Right click on the year or a month. Anywhere else on the year or a month, make a right click. Group. Already we have seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, quarters. Unfortunately, there is no option called as weekly. Remove the years, remove the months, select the days. Now the number of days is activated. Number of days is 7. Weekly we have 7 days. That's it. Right click, group or Alt Shift right arrow, group it, remove the years, quarters and months, select only the days and change the number of days to 7. Okay. But unfortunately in my system, this weekly report is showing in a column wise. Let us drag this day into row wise. Now we got a weekly report. First to 7th, 8 to 14, 15 to 21, 22 to 28, 29 to 5, 6 to 12, 13 to 19. Simple. If you selected only days, we can do it. Then have you selected only days or you selected years and days? Don't select it. You should not use the word don't select it. Right? Don't select it. Say to select. Put the order amount to signal. Last week. Order amount to comparison. Why there is no option called as weekly? The reason is some people may create a weekly report, some marketing they will ask 28 days, some people want fortnightly, 14 days once. So you can customize as per your wish. That's why they didn't specifically give it as weekly. Your wish, 7 days, 14 days, 28 days, 20 days, you can change it here. Right? This weekly report is ready now. Assume this weekly report, I want to do two things. One is this weekly report, I want to send it. Second one, this weekly report, I want to present it. We'll see both. So I want to present this weekly report in a meeting like this, webinar, seminar, I want to present it. I believe this already we have seen it in the last session before the break, after the break also we have seen this in dynamic table. Same thing is available in pivot table also. Place the cursor on the table. Place the cursor on the table. Go to the table, analyze, pivot table, analyze. Under pivot table, analyze. When you go to the pivot table, analyze. Insert slicer. As I indicated, this we did it in dynamic table. Insert slicer. Let me click on the insert slicer. For what you want the slicer, whether you want a slicer for city, salesperson, payment mode, anything. So let me select, for example, I'll go for city and I say OK. A slicer is created for city, Bhopal, Coimbatore, Thane and Vizag. If I select Bhopal, it will show you the weekly report of Bhopal. If I select Coimbatore, it will show you the weekly report of Coimbatore. Thane, it will show the weekly report of Thane. And Vizag, it shows the weekly report of Vizag. That's very simple. We did this in dynamic table also. Same process, we did it in dynamic table. But pivot table, we have one more extra option. This slicer can be used if your data is in a text or a number. For a text or a number, we can go for a slicer. But year and month and days, place the cursor on the dynamic table again. Pivot table. Place the cursor on the pivot table. Analyze. Insert timeline. Insert timeline. Slicer can be used if your data is in text or a number. If your data is a date, then I think you have to go for timeline. Analyze, insert timeline. You can see only one option is available, that is order date. Because order date is the only column which is date based. Only that will be available on the list. Order date. Okay. Yes, we got the order date here. And in order date, what we have it is, it says months. It says months. Instead of the month, let us make it as years. Assume instead of month, I make it as years here. So what is the purpose is, you can filter it by year wise. You can filter the data by year wise. So you can see, I can go for, suppose I want only 2020. So if I click on 2020, it shows only the report for 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. So year-wise, month-wise, you can apply the filter. Slicer and timeline is same process. Slicer is used for filtering up text or number. Timeline is used for filtering the date, month and years. But one small challenge when you go for a timeline is, I selected 2020. And I want 2021 also. You can see there is a small arrow mark here. You expand that arrow mark. So I can select 2020 and 2021. Both. I can select 2020 and 2021. But unfortunately, 2020 and 2023 cannot be selected. Non-continuous years cannot be selected. Continuous years can be selected. I can select 22 and 23. That is possible. You cannot select 22 and 25. That is impossible. So you can select only the continuous years. Non-continuous years cannot be selected. Okay. So one is timeline, another one is slicer. And this report, assume this report is ready. One is this way is presenting. Another way is I want to send the report. For example, Bhopal, I want to send this weekly report. Coimbatore, I want to send the weekly report. Thane, I want to send the weekly report. Vizag, I want to send the weekly report. If you have 4 cities, okay, I can select a particular city here and I can see the city and I can copy and paste and I can send it. Suppose I have 40 cities, 100 customers. You cannot filter, copy, paste, which is very complicated. Place the cursor on the table. We are going to just follow 2 steps. After 2 steps, you are going to indicate what is going to happen after these 2 steps. Step number 1, place the cursor on the table. Place the cursor on the table. First step, already I think we have used rows, we have used sigma, we have used columns. Now we are going to use the filter. Drag that city, because I want city-wise report. Or if you want salesperson, you can get it for salesperson. If you want payment method, you can get it for payment method. City, let us drag city into filter area. Drag and drop the city into filter area. Step number 1. Drag and drop the city name into the filter area. Step number 1. Step number 2. Before going to the step number 2, please check. You can see a new line was added here. After dragging the city into city into filter area, you can see there is one option added called as city all. It should be all. If it is not all, please change it to all. Assume if only Coimbatore is selected, it will create a report only for Coimbatore. If Bhopal is selected, it will create a report only for Bhopal. Verify whether all is available here. If there is no all, go to the drop down here and make it as all. If there is all, fine. If there is no all, make it as all. Okay. Next step. Second step. Analyze. Pivot table analyze. Go to pivot table analyze. Options. But unfortunately, some system, if your screen resolution is very small, you cannot see the option like this straight away. So click on the arrow mark, then you can find an options. If you are straight away able to see it, fine. If you are not able to see it, I am able to see it straight away. Since if you are not able to see it, click on the pivot table option, but do not click on the option straight away. There is an arrow mark on the option. So go to analyze. Below the analyze, pivot table options. Below the pivot table option, show report filter pages. Show report filter pages. If the show report filter is graded out, if it is deactivated, it should be activated. If it is not activated, what is the reason is you would have not dragged that city into the filter area. If this was not dragged, then you will not get this feature. It should have been dragged and dropped into, suppose I remove this filter, I will remove this city from the filter area. Now, if I go to the options, you can see that is graded out. So it should be activated. If it is not activated, that means your data is not in filter. Now, options, it's activated. Show report filter pages. Show report filter pages. Just click on show report filter pages. It's asking show all report filter pages of city. Do you want the report filter pages for city wise? Yes. Just I'm going to click on yes. After clicking on yes, you have to tell me what is going to happen or what has happened. So just you say okay here. Yes. What has happened? Not Bhopal. 4 sheets. Bhopal, Coimbatore, Thane and Vizag. Bhopal, you got a separate sheet. Coimbatore, we got a separate sheet. Thane, we got a separate sheet. Vizag, we got a separate sheet. Since we have 4 cities, it has created 4 reports. If you have 40, if you have 30, if you have 100, it would have created 100 sheets. So this is splitting. Probably tomorrow we'll see how to combine it also. If there is a different sheet, how to combine it to a one sheet. That we'll see tomorrow. Okay. Things seems to be very simple, very easy. Dragging, dropping, nothing formulas, no functions, no formulas. But real challenge is remembering. You have to remember everything. You have to practice everything. They say in another 5 minutes or 10 minutes you may forget it. See. Okay. Could you tell me for mailing? I think I know it, but still I'm confirming it. For mailing, what is the tool we are using? Mailing? Outlook. Very good. So, I want to send a mail, only this Bhopal city. I want to send this city-wise detail to only the person who is in Bhopal. Same like Coimbatore, I want to send the report only for the Coimbatore person. Same for Thane, same for Vizag. Morning itself, I told you instead of copying and pasting, we'll see how to bring the Outlook to Excel. We are going to bring the Outlook to Excel. But Outlook should have been configured on your system. I hope the Outlook is configured. 3 methods. Method number 1. First method, quat. There is a quat. Quat should be visible. If the quat is not visible, tell me how. I will tell you how to activate it. I think quat should be visible on the top. Save, undo, redo. Quat should be visible. If the quat is visible, right click on the quat. Right click on the quat. Go to the 4th one. Customize quick access toolbar. Method number 1. Right click on the quat. Customize quick access toolbar. A menu is appearing. This is first method. Right click, customize quick access toolbar. A menu will be appearing. This is method number 1. If you are not okay with the method number 1, method number 2, second method. There is an arrow mark available on the quat. You can see there is an arrow mark. Click on the arrow mark. More comments. Go to arrow mark and more comments. This is second method. Both the method will land into the same screen. Both will land into the same screen. Let us try that. So I click here. More comments. It will land into the same screen. Second method. Third method. File. Options. Go to file. Go to options. Quick access toolbar. File. Options. Quick access toolbar. Third method. I repeat it. First method, right click, customize quick access toolbar. Second method, if you are not okay with the first method, go for the second method. Arrow mark, more comments. Same dialog box will open. If you are not okay with the second method, third method, file, options, quick access toolbar. Third method. If you are not okay with the third method, nothing can be done. Only 3 methods. Only 3. Okay. Hope everyone has landed into the same screen. Right click on the top. Here, save. You are not getting this. That's what I told. Whether you are not getting. Go to the. Are you getting this arrow mark? This arrow mark. Or it will be on the bottom. Somewhere else. Here it will be on the bottom here. Maybe below. Sometimes it will be on the below also. Still, if you are not able to get it, then that's why I told you third method. Go to File, Options, Quick Access Toolbar. See whether this is selected. Always show the tick or below or above. Always show the ribbon is unchecked. Come, that's why I told you, come to the third method. This is the third way. Enable this check mark. Okay. Sir, done? You want my help? Want me to come over there? Okay. Hope everyone has landed into the same screen. Now, it says popular commands. What is popular is more frequently used commands, more popular favorite commands. These are all the most frequently, favoritely used commands available here. Instead of the popular, you can see on the top it says popular. Instead of the popular, make it as commands not in the ribbon. Commands not in the ribbon. So click on commands not in the ribbon. And it will list you some of the commands which is not part of your ribbon, which is hidden in the ribbon. So these are all the various commands, 3D color, 3D effect, so many commands are there. So first select commands not in the ribbon, then click somewhere else here. Please click somewhere else here. Because if you are not clicking, it will search only on the top. We should search it not here, we should search somewhere else here on the bottom. So click somewhere else here and press the first letter, mail, M. Just to press M. And there is an option called as mail recipient. You should find the option called as mail recipient. If everyone has found out this option only, I can go to the next step. Very good. So now what we do is either click on add or double click. Double click or add, whichever is easier. Either make a double click or click on add button. Both are same. So let me double click it. Sorry. File. I very fastly pressed the escape. Options. Quick access toolbar. And click here. I'll put this above the ribbon. Popular. Instead of popular, make it as commands not in the ribbon. Click here. Mail recipient. Double click. Add. Add or double click, both are same. Now say OK. What has happened is on the top you can see save, undo, redo. Next to that there is a button, send to mail recipient. If it is graded out, if it is deactivated, that means you didn't Outlook is not configured. I think all your system Outlook should have been configured. Click here. You have two options. Send the entire book as attachment. No, I don't want attachment. I want to bring the Outlook here. Send the current sheet as the message body. Click on the current sheet as the message body and I say OK. Yes, you can notice Outlook will be opened here itself. The 2CC, BCC, it will be available. Just to send a mail to someone else. For me, I think it's taking some time. Let me check. And taking some time for me. But you will get it here. To CC, BCC, send. Just type to some mail ID and send it and check what's happening. Maybe you can send it to your friends, colleagues, someone else. Oh my God, my Wi-Fi is disconnected. Unfortunately, my Wi-Fi is disconnected. Maybe you can try. It should work. I'll connect it and try again. I don't know what has happened to the upload is done. Suddenly my Wi-Fi has got disconnected. Please, your Wi-Fi is so, sir. My Wi-Fi is not working. It will be on your message body. If you place the cursor on Coimbatore and send it, only the Coimbatore data will be available. If you place the cursor on Vizag and send it, only the Vizag data will be available. So they can see only that particular data, not the entire workbook. Instead of copying and pasting, you can send this as a link. Done. Next we'll see about aging, dashboard, top 10. Any challenges? If you don't have a challenge, let me go to exercise number 3. Yes. Send to Excel Outlook. Yes. Exercise number 3, invoice date, dealer city, tax invoices, customer name, vehicle variant, business segment, price, unit, invoice amount, mode of payment, and delays. As usual, let us convert this report. Let us convert this table into a dynamic table. Control T, Control L. As usual, we'll convert the table into a dynamic. Okay. Let us give some name. I think these are all invoice details. I'll give a name called as invoice. Okay. So we have converted the table into a dynamic table and we have given a name for the table, invoice. Now what I want to do it is on a new sheet on a new sheet. It can be on a new sheet. I want you to create a pivot. What is the report I want you to create? It is customer name wise, yearly, sum of invoice amount. This is the report which I want you to create. Try. So I want you to create a report, customer name wise, yearly, what is the sum of invoice amount. Please try it. Based on this, we'll see how to make a dashboard. Based on this, how to make a aging analysis, top 10. I want you to try, just to try, because when try it only you can remember the concept. First, to convert the table into a dynamic, given for it, then create this. Next time, I want you to insert pivot. Try. On a new page. On a new page. Just that new page will convert that new page into a dashboard. Yearly. This is only customer. I want yearly also. That's what. Go to yeah. Data. Now create a report. Insert the report here. Yearly comparison. Comparison. Yearly comparison. You will see the data created. Okay. Comparison data. Yearly comparison. How can I make a comparison? I want to compare it yearly. I told you which is having more data can be in rows, which is having the lesser value can be in columns. Let me do this. Most of you has did it. Some people has did a different one. Okay. Place the cursor on the table. Insert pivot table. Let us go to new working sheet. I'll go to the new worksheet. Okay. Customer wise, I think we have more customer. I may have hundreds of customers. So let us drag the customer name into rows. Yes, we have more customer. We have more than 50, 30, 40 customers are there. I think around 30 customers are there. Yes. Customer name into rows. Invoice date, because that's a column where we have the years, months and quarters. Invoice date better to be in columns, because we have years can be 4 or 5, 10 years also, but customer will be more. So better to put the invoice date into columns. This is okay. This is okay. But still, if you want only years, I don't want, if I expand, I will get quarters, month, days. I don't know. I want only years means right click, group, and you can select only the years. But this is also okay. But if you want only the year, the months and quarters. So yearly customer wise. Invoice amount. Let us put the invoice amount into sigma. So we got yearly customer wise. What is the sum of invoice amount? Yearly customer wise. Okay. Could you help me here? This yearly customer wise sum of invoice amount is okay, but I don't like to see all the customers. I want to bring only top 10, top 5, that we'll do it. Before that, I want to split this customer wise and I want to send the report to all the cities. All the city wise, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi. I want to send the report to all the cities. Could you tell me how can I do that? Last session only we did it. Not slicer. Slicer is filtering. Dealer city, we have to put it into filter area. Good. What is the next step? It is already all here. Very good. Then what could be my next step? We drag the city and dropped it into filter area. Fine. Analyze. Options. Show report filter. Pages. And dealer city, say okay, that's it. It will create a report. Bangalore, Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Jaipur, Mumbai, whatever the city available, it would have created a separate report. Let me try here. Say okay. Yes. We got Bangalore, we got Chennai, we got Delhi, we got Mumbai, Pune. Yes. Separate sheet. Just now we did this. Now, come back. That original sheet, I don't know the sheet name. It may vary from system to system. In my system, the sheet name is 7. It may be 7, 9, 10, whatever it is. Let us give some meaningful name for the sheet so that it's easier to connect your report. If you give some meaningful name. Let us give some meaningful name for the sheet. Right click or double click. I'm renaming it. I think this is invoice dashboard. So I'm giving some meaningful name. Okay. So I have given some meaningful name. Please give some meaningful name. Based on this meaningful name only, we are going to connect our reports. Our reports can be connected based on this. So give some meaningful name. But while presenting a report, I cannot present it like this. I have more than 30, 40, hundreds of customers. I cannot show all the 100 customers. I want to display only top 10 customers. I want to know which customer is having more. I want to give a ranking for. Which customer has given more invoices, I want to give a ranking so that I can find who is our top customers. Ranking. Right click on that pivot table. Anywhere else on the pivot table, right click. Anywhere else on the pivot table, right click. Show value as. Already we have used the show value as in several areas. Show value as. Under show value as. From the last. Third or fourth. rank smallest to largest or largest to smallest. Here, who has given more invoices, they are my first customer. So I will say rank largest to smallest. And it's asking, do you want to rank it based on customer wise? Of course. Say okay. So it would have given a ranking for it. You can see as per 2021, this customer is ranking 1. And 2022 is ranking 1, 23 ranking 1, 24 ranking 1. So it has given a ranking here. First rank, second rank. And overall ranking is here. Overall ranking, who is our top customer? Shakti Milling Service. They are the top customers. Rank 1. Overall ranking. But I don't like this. It's very tough for me to find out who is our top customer. I want to manually check this. Instead, let us bring back to the old value. Right click. Show value as. No calculation. I don't want all the customers. I want to bring only the top 5 or top 10. Top 10 or top 5 customers. Let us say top 5. So I want only top. Who is my top 5 customers? Right click anywhere else on the customer name. Any customer name. It's not required you have to make a particular customer name. Right click anywhere else on the customer name. Right click. Filter. That's it. Straight away you can see there is an option called as top 10. Go to filter, top 10. And it's asking whether you want top or bottom. Lowest, rejection, defects, absenteeism. In that case you can go for bottom. But here invoices, so let us go for top. I want top 5 items based on sum of invoice amount. Correct. Or you can find it based on the percentage also. So let us say top 5 items based on the invoice amount. Who has given more invoice, they are my top customer. More invoice amount. Okay. That's it. So this 5 are top 5 customers. These are all my top 5 customers. Right click. Go to filter. Top 10. In the top 10, you can select top 10, top 5, anything. Okay. The next what we are going to do is probably we are going to create one report. Maybe we will create a chart. Drill down on other things we'll see tomorrow. And we will create one more chart or report, and finally we are going to connect all these reports. Okay, let us create one more report, maybe based on the same sheet. Today we are going to create a report based on only one sheet. Tomorrow multiple sheet, multiple files, identical, non-identical. Tomorrow multiple. Today only one based on one table. Let us take this payment delay. The RTGS payment is received, DD payment, NEFT payment, and but some payments are given in credits, dealer credit or some other credits. So we didn't receive the payment, still it's in the credit period. That is 2 days. The invoice was made on 7th. So still we didn't receive it. Today is 9th. So 2 days is pending, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. So based on this payment delay, I want to create a report. Payment delay wise sum of invoice amount. Let us create that report. Payment delay wise sum of invoice amount. Let us create that report. And I want the report to be in the same sheet where we have already created the top 5 customers. Top 5 customers. Same sheet I want one more report here. Okay. So let us place the cursor on the table. I'll place the cursor on the table. Insert. Pivot table, insert pivot table, existing worksheet, insert pivot table, existing worksheet, location, which location? Maybe the location where we have already created that invoice dashboard. If you have selected a wrong location, can we rechange it? Yes, we can change it at any time. For example, assume that I have selected a wrong location here. I want to move it to a right location. For example, I selected some location here. Or I selected some other sheet. Can I come back to the sheet? Yes, very much. Say OK. I have selected here, but I don't want this report here. I want the report next to this table here itself. So place the cursor on the pivot. Analyze. Below analyze, there is an option called as move pivot table. If you have selected the wrong location, 1 minute, sir. If you have selected the wrong location, move it to the right location. Insert pivot, select the location. If you have selected wrong location, move it to a right location here. Move pivot table, and I selected here some other location. Okay. So now it's coming very near to your pivot. So select some location. If you wrongly selected the location, change it also. Now, payment delay. Let us drag that payment delays into rows. Payment delay. 0 days, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, the delays, due days. Bring the payment delay into rows. And what is the invoice amount into sigma? So 0 days, this is the, actually 0 days is nothing, no payment delay. We have received the payment. We'll remove that later. 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days, 6 days, it goes like this. Till it's a very big report, it goes till more than 147 days. But I don't like to present a report like this. Right click anywhere else on this 0, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anywhere else. How you made a yearly, monthly, weekly report? Grouping. Same grouping. Right click on the date, month, year. Anywhere else, right click. Group. Or alt shift right arrow. Group. What is starting number? Start from 1 because 0 is nothing. We have received it. I want to start from 1. Suppose I had an invoice yesterday and today is pending means 1 day. But as per the data, it starts on 7th. But I am starting on 1. 1 is the starting end and ending. Any idea? Normally, how do we split the aging? How many days we'll split it normally? Finance, accounts, stock. How many days? 60. I'm saying the aging gap. Gap 60, 19, 30. 30 is the gap. Okay. So the gap is 30. Buy is 30. And ending. So 30, 30, 30 means 150, 180. I think here I have maximum of 150, 147. So I can stop at 150. So if we are going for 360, 390, that's your wish. But as per my data, I have only till 147. So let us stop at 150. Or you can put it as 180, 210, 30, 30, 30 means till 150. That's it. Say okay. So we got a aging analysis. 1 to 30 days, what is the sum of invoices? 31 to 60, 61 to 90, 91 to 120, 121 to 150. Manually, I can say creating a report like this is impossible, or it's very, very, very tough. But we have created a report, but the aging should be evenly balanced, 30, 30, 30. You cannot have 130 and another 50. That's impossible. So it should be at gap should be similar, even gap, 30, 30, 30. And this less than 1 is no pending, we have received it. Either go to the filter and uncheck that less than 1, or place the cursor on that less than 1. Use the shortcut key control minus. Control minus is the shortcut key for filtering that less than 1. That less than 1 can be filtered. But in Excel, if you press control minus, it will get deleted. But pivot table, control minus for filtering the particular value. So place the cursor on minus less than 1, control minus. Or go to that filter and remove that less than 1. Both are same. Okay. So 1 to 30, this is the invoice. 31 to 60, 60 to 90, 90 to 120, 120 to 150. But my head or someone, my manager is asking, 120 to 150, this is a sum of invoices pending. Show me the details of it. 2 methods. Right click and go for show details. Right click and go for show details, or just make a double click. Either double click or right click and show details. For example, here it is 4239200. Let me check. Right click, show details, or double click. Yes. On a new sheet with the heading itself, details of sum of invoice amount for 120 to 151 days. So these are all the invoices pending. Let me check. I select the invoice amount and see the total. It should tally. Yes. On a separate sheet with the heading on the top. Details of sum of invoice amount, payment delays for 120 to 151 days. It creates a separate sheet. If you don't like the sheet, if you don't want it, right click and you can delete that sheet also. Finally, we'll connect all the reports before the break. No, whichever report you want to see. Suppose someone is asking, I want to see the details of 1 to 30 days. This full details, 44, 22, 63. This details I want to see means right click, show details, or double click on it. You make a double click, it will open a separate sheet and it will show you the details of it. It will expand the details. Okay. As I indicated, tomorrow we will see about drill down and expanding about the chart. Today we will see a simple chart. For this data, I want to create a chart. There are several methods of creating the chart. You can go to insert. There is various types of chart. Pivot table, analyze. There is a pivot chart. Or if you are 100% sure that you are going to create a column chart. Place the cursor on the table. Place the cursor on the table on your keyboard. Just use the shortcut key Alt F1 for creating a chart. That's all. Just to press Alt F1. Your chart will get created. Place the cursor on the table and press Alt F1. That's all. Let me do that. Alt F1. We got a chart. Alt F1. Place the cursor on the table and you can press Alt F1. It's the shortcut key for creating a chart. If you want a column chart, if you want a bar chart or a line chart or some other chart, then we have to go for the menus one. So this is, I have created one chart for this top 5 customers. Maybe this aging, I want to create another chart, not a column chart. Column chart means same alt F1 you can do it, but I don't want column chart. Analyze, pivot chart. So place the cursor on the table, go to pivot table, analyze, pivot chart. So pivot table, analyze, pivot chart. And what is the chart? Maybe line, bar, pie. So let me go with the pie now. I'll select a pie. Okay. A pie chart is created. So I have two tables, two charts. Analyze, pie chart. Okay. For a time being, I'm going to close this pivot table fields. Later you can open it. Now time being, I'm going to close this pivot table fields. I have two tables and two charts, and I want to present this report. Place the cursor anywhere else on any one of the table. Anywhere else, any one of the table. It's not required you have to place it on a particular table. Any table, anywhere, place the cursor. And please do remember the name of the sheet. Remember the name of the sheet, invoice dashboard. I think you have given the name. You can give any name as per your wish. So I have given a name called as invoice dashboard. Whatever the name you have given, please remember it. Anyway, no problem. We are able to see it straight away. So place the cursor on any one of the table. Analyze. Go to analyze. Under analyze, insert slicer. Analyze, insert slicer, which we did it at least twice or thrice from the afternoon. Analyze, insert slicer. For what you want the slicer? Maybe for a vehicle type, for a business unit, business segment, for a dealer city. Maybe let me take the dealer city. I select the dealer city. Say OK. Yeah, we have the dealer city. We have Bangalore, we have Chennai, we have Delhi, we have Hyderabad, we have Mumbai, we have Pune. But one final step has to be done. One final step. Last final step here. After inserting a slicer, right click on the slicer. Analyze, insert slicer, dealer city. I selected dealer city, inserted a slicer. Right click on the slicer. Report connection. Right click on the slicer, report connection. Method 1. Method 2. Slicer on the top, slicer, report connection. Both are same. Either right click, go to report connection, or go to slicer, report connection. Both are same. Both will land into the same area. Report connection. And it's asking which table you want to connect it. That's why I asked you to remember the name of the sheet. The name of that sheet is invoice dashboard. So wherever that invoice dashboard is available, I think we have it in two areas. One is in my system, it's 15 and 8. Can be in different name. I don't know whether you will get the same name. You will get a different 16, 9, any name. So let me select both the table which is in this sheet, invoice dashboard. That's the name of this sheet. So this sheet name, whatever the table name available, please do select both the table. Already I selected 15, now I select 8. That's also in the invoice dashboard. That's all. Okay. Now select Bangalore. We'll get top 5 customer for Bangalore. Aging analysis for Bangalore. Column chart for Bangalore and pie chart for Bangalore. Same like Chennai and Delhi and Hyderabad, Mumbai, Pune. So if I click, all the 4 reports are getting filtered. So I'm repeating the process one more time. First, let me delete it. Place the cursor on any one of the report. Analyze. Insert slicer. For what? Dealer city. Okay. Right click on the slicer. Report connection, or go to the slicer report connection on the top contextual tab. Report connection. And see wherever this sheet name invoice dashboard is available. Select both the sheet names. 8 and 15. Okay. If you click on one city, all the 4 reports is getting filtered for that city wise. It can be 4, it can be 10, it can be 20 reports also. So based on whatever you click, all the 4 reports are getting sliced. Dashboard, multiple visuals with interaction. Just displaying 4 reports, no use. You have to interact it like this. With one click, all the 4 reports should get interacted. Final one more tips we'll see before the break. Before presenting, actually I don't like this grid. I'm not a fan of this grid. I don't like this grid. If you want, you can have it. So I will remove the grid. Go to the view tab. Under view tab, grid lines. I uncheck that grid lines because I don't like grid lines. Uncheck the grid lines. Formula bar. But later check the bar. Later you want the formula bar. Now time being I am unchecking it. Uncheck the formula bar. Uncheck the heading. Heading, what is that heading? This A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. Row number and column numbers are the heading. I uncheck that heading. I think morning we have discussed the shortcut key for hiding or unhiding the ribbon. Do you remember what is the shortcut key? Control Shift F1. Very good. Now you can see only the reports are visible on your screen. Only the reports are visible. And I am getting some extra space also, so I can add another 2 or 3 reports also. So Control Shift F1. So go to view, uncheck that grid lines, uncheck the formula bar, uncheck the headings, row headers and column headers. Then Control Shift F1. You will see only the reports. You will not see the row number and column numbers, nothing. Same Control Shift F1 to come back. Heading, formula bar. Heading, formula bar, better to have it because we need that ABCD, we need that formula bar for some reason, so we are checking it. Grid lines I don't like, so I unchecked it. Okay. A small report is pending in 4. So we'll see a small report, small dashboard in for exercise. Then we will, time permits, we'll start. We cannot do everything in Power Query. At least we'll start some tips in Power Query. We'll start something in Power Query today, by today evening. Maximum. We have another maximum 1 hour or 45 minutes, including the break, 1 hour. So let us save this file. Before we'll do it after a short break, and then we'll start the Power Query. At least we'll start today. Okay. So I'm stopping that video. Sorry, not stopping. Yes, we have a table. This vehicle dispatch date, delivery confirmation date, delivery time, consignment number, sales officer, dealership, dealer location, vehicle model, unit price and quantity and invoice value. So either you can convert this table as a dynamic table or make it as a normal table and do it. Both are same. Converting dynamic table is always better. So let me Control T, Control L and make it as a dynamic table. Okay. And give some meaningful name for the table. So as of now, I'm maintaining the same name, table 6, or you can give some meaningful name, maybe consignments or some other name. So let us give some meaningful name for this. Vehicle deliveries, vehicle consignment, something for my understanding. Dealer? Question is a column name. We have to give some other name. We cannot give the same name as per the column. Some other delivery. Maybe I just given as a delivery of vehicle or something. Yes. Your wish. Give a name. Now, what I want you all to try is. What I want you all to try here is. I want you all to create a small report or a dashboard. I want you to create a small report or a dashboard. I will show you how the report and what is the report I want, and I want you to try. Yes. I want you all to create 2 reports. The report number 1, just to try. Just to try. It's not no hard and fast here. No questions, no exams here. Just I want you to try. First report. Later I will zoom that. Create a pivot yearly based on the vehicle dispatch. Yearly sales officer wise sum of invoice value. This is one report. One report is yearly sales officer wise what is the sum of invoice value. First report. Second report. Yearly vehicle model wise sum of invoice value. Second report. Yearly vehicle model wise. And filter the top 10 vehicles. I want only the top 10 vehicles to get filtered. Finally, insert a slicer for a dealer location. You have to insert a slicer for dealer location. I will for a better viewing and just minimizing the screen. Yes. You have to insert a slicer for the dealer location. Now, when I select Bangalore, both the report should get filtered for Bangalore sales officer wise what is the sum of values, and Bangalore top 10 vehicles. Chennai sales officer, Chennai top 10. Coimbatore sales officer, Coimbatore top 10. So Hyderabad sales officer top 10. I want you to try this. Create 2 reports. First report, yearly vehicle wise, yearly sales officer wise sum of value. First report. Second report, yearly vehicle model wise sum of invoice value. Filter top 10. Filter top 10. Then insert a slicer for dealer location. Select a particular location. Bangalore, both the report should get filtered for Bangalore. Chennai, both the report should get filtered for Chennai. Coimbatore, I want you to try this. Just to try 5 minutes. Nothing question, nothing examination, nothing here. Just I want you to try, because when you practice it only you will get the reports. If you are not able to get it, no worries, I will help you. But I want you to try. Just to try this, I will create a report. 2 reports. First report is yearly. The yearly is based on dispatch date, vehicle dispatch date. There are 2 dates, don't use another date, vehicle dispatch date. Yearly sales officer wise sum of invoice value. First report. Second report, yearly vehicle model wise. And that filter top 10 models, top 10 vehicle models. Insert a slicer for dealer location and connect it. Finally connect it. If I select Bangalore, both the reports should get filtered for Bangalore. If I select Chennai, both the reports should get filtered for Chennai. Yes, this is my report. I have minimized it for your better viewing. I have minimized the screen and I have maximized it. Yes. Try. 5 minutes you can try. If you are not able to get it, no worries, I will help you. Just for you to practice, that's all. Would have had a time, I would have given a task, I would have given a scores. Here I cannot do it, time is very shorter. Created both the report. Then insert a slicer and connect it. Insert a slicer for dealer location and connect both the report. Try and fail rather than failing to try. If you're not able to get it, no issues. As I told, I will explain in another 5 minutes. I'll wait for another 5 minutes maximum. Pivot table analyze, insert slicer. Or a slicer. Another report based on the same thing. Connect. It has here right click group. For what dealer location. That is one way. Vehicle model. Half an hour minute was this lecture. Top 10. I click on this vehicle. Slide one, anyone making this after discussion. Hear me. Again, that's what it is. Yeah. Almost most of us did this. Let me try here. Insert, pivot. I'm going to put it in the same sheet. You can create it on a new sheet also, your wish. Insert, pivot table, existing worksheet, location. Maybe somewhere a location in the same sheet. Okay. The first report is sales officer. I'll put it into rows. Vehicle dispatch date into columns, because we may have years lesser. Sales officer may be more also. The last one is invoice value should be in sigma. So first report is ready. Sales officer wise yearly sum of invoice value. First report. Second report. Same insert. I place the cursor on the table. Insert, pivot, existing worksheet, location. Maybe I'll put some other location here. Okay. The second report is vehicle model. If you are trying to find, suppose here are the rows and columns are very lesser. Suppose I have 100 columns. If you are very, try to find it, it's very tougher to find it. Very simple. You can go to the search box and I want vehicle model. So if you type model, the vehicle model will be displayed here. Because tomorrow we are going to work with 10-20 sheets where we will be having multiple columns. Searching will be a little bit tougher. So you can use this. Vehicle model into rows and vehicle dispatch date into columns. Invoice value into sigma. Then I want top 10 vehicles. Time being I am closing this. I want top 10. Right click on the vehicle model. Go to filter. Top 10. Okay. Now the last one is analyze. Insert slicer. And for what slicer is? Dealer location. Sorry. Okay. Then the final one is right click. Report connection. Connect both the reports 16 and 17. Okay. So if I click on Bangalore, both the reports. Bangalore, who is the sales officer wise yearly report. Bangalore, what is the top 10 vehicle model? Chennai, what is the top 10 vehicle model? Coimbatore, Hyderabad. Yes. Now, as I indicated earlier, the slicer and timeline was similar. Slicer can be used if the data is in text format. Place the cursor on the table. Analyze. Insert timeline. Insert timeline. For example, let us take the same vehicle dispatch date. I selected vehicle dispatch date and I say OK. Now, instead of the month, let us say years. Now, tell me, if I click on 2022, both the tables, I want only 2022 reports. If I click on 2023, both the tables, I should get 2023 reports. So tell me, how can I do that? Right click on this timeline, then go for report connection, connect both the reports. Same, like it's similar to your slicer. Slicer and timeline is similar. Only slicer can be used for text values. Timeline can be used for date values. That's it. Okay. So 2022, both the table is showing the report for 2022, 2023, 2024. Or I want 24 and 25. Select 24 and 25. So we got 24, 25 together. Maybe the last and final one in this sheet is a small report. Yes. Create one more report here. This is delivery cycle days. This is delivery cycle days. Count of consignment number. So I will put this as a table. I will show you the report. Wait. Delivery cycle days. Count of invoice number. 1 to 7 days, how many consignment has been done? 8 to 14 days, what is a consignment? 15 to 21 days. First week, how many consignment has been done? Second week, how many consignment? 1 to 7, 8 to 14, 15 to 21, 22 to 28, 29 to 35, 36 to 42, 43 to 49. So I want you to create a group like this. Create a report and create a group like this. Last session you did it 1 to 30 days, 30 to 60 days, 60 to 90. Same like I want to create one more report here based on the delivery cycle days. Between 1 to 7 days, what is the count of consignment number? 8 to 14 days, 15 to 21 days, 22 to 28, 7 gap weekly. So I want you to create this small report, final small report. Just to try. Done? Yes. Very good. As I indicated, today we are trying with only one table. Gradually we'll see multiple table, multiple sheet cleaning up. Okay. Let me try this. Place the cursor on the table. Insert pivot table. Existing worksheet. Maybe I'll put some location here. Existing worksheet, I'm selecting some location in the same sheet. Okay. Delivery cycle time. Rows. Then consignment number value. So 1 day, within 1 day, how many consignment has been done? 2 day, 4 day, 3 day. Right click on this. Group. Starting is 1, ending is 63, gap is 7. That's all. 1 to 7 days, how many consignment? 8 to 14, 15 to 21, 22 to 28, 29 to 35. Any challenges? Me, we are all Gajnistan. Every 15 minutes, we'll forget all the concept. Practice பண்ணலனா 100% you will forget it. Every 15 minutes, you will forget it every 5 minutes. And this also you can connect it with the slicer and timeline. This report which we have created just now. Right click, report connection. Select all the 3 pivot table. Bangalore all the 3 pivot table. Chennai all the 3 pivot table. Coimbatore all the 3 pivot table. Hyderabad all the 3 pivot table. One click, all the 3 table will get filtered. Report connection. Done. Clear. Questions, doubts, queries? Because we are going to jump into a new chapter. Entirely a new chapter. Yes. Any challenges? Seems to be okay. I don't know. Unfortunately, tomorrow is a Friday. You will open your system only on Monday. Between 2 days. Don't know what will happen. Okay, shall we move on? Sir? Yes, madam. Shall we? Next. Very good. Let us close the file. As I told, we'll start. We have another 15-20 minutes. We'll try to cover we'll start as much as possible. We cannot cover everything in Power Queries. That's impossible. At least we'll start. I thought of starting it after the tea break, but no problem. So let me close the file. Could you tell me how can I close the file? I don't want to close the application. I want to close a file. Don't close the entire application. Today morning, if I open, close only in the evening. Until then, your Excel application can be opened. Closing a particular file, we have a shortcut key, Control W. So Control W is the shortcut key to close a particular file, not the entire application. Because every time if you are closing and opening an application, it may slow down your system speed. So better to close only the particular file. We have saved it, fine. If you have not saved it, it will ask you to save it. Control W. I have not saved it. It's asking me to save it. So let me save this. Okay. So Excel can be opened. Always have the Excel open. When you shut down, before shutting down, close the Excel and then shut it down. So if you open morning Excel, you can close. That's why it's called as Windows. You can open multiple windows at a time. So open Excel, don't close it. You close it only in the evening. So Control W is a shortcut key for closing a file. Let us go to the same exercise file which we have opened today morning. We have downloaded it. We have extracted it. I think we have did the first one. The 01 pivot is done. Now let us start with the fifth one. 05 revenue analysis. Just open that file called as revenue analysis. If it is asking us to enable the editing, please enable it because it's a downloaded file from online Outlook. It has to be enabled. So let us click on enable. Last session, the data is last 4 exercise data is perfectly clean. No problem. So we have straight away created the report and we used the report here. But this data has some problems. Could you identify what is the problem or any challenges in this data? Or this data is 100% clean. There are some empty. Where is the empty cell? Payment mode. Very good. In payment mode, there is some empty. Maybe I would have not received the payments. The payment is still in credit period, or they have not given the payment. Payment is still pending. That's why the net profit is 0. Okay, fine. I agree that there is a problem. Any other? Any other problem? In between, there is a gap. Very good. After the row number 331, there are so many gaps available in between. There is another problem. One more is first cell is merged There is a merged cells on the top and heading is not correct. And one more thing, morning we discussed this. How can I go to the last filled data here? Last filled data. Control end. So let me press the control end. Unfortunately, it is ending at Y column. Unnecessarily N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y. So many columns are empty. It may increases your file's size, decreases your system speed. And my data is ending at 1861. Please remember, my data is ending at 1861. It is available till 31 December 2025. Last day of the last year, the data is available here. So this is how my data is. So as we rightly told, there are some empty rows, there are some empty cells, columns are empty. So I want to clean up the data and I want to convert this data, and I can see the data will accumulate in near future. So here I have it till only 31 December. Tomorrow it can be, we can add the data January, February, March, April, May, June, July. In January, February, March, April, May, June, July also same problem may occur. I may get some empty rows, I may get some empty cells, I may get some empty columns. Every day I cannot do this. Every day I cannot do this. I have to do this only once in my lifetime. Then add the data. It should get updated and report should be automatically updated here. That's what we are going to do. This table can be in Excel, this table can be in CSV, this table can be a text file, this table can be from SQL, Oracle, anywhere else. As of now, it's in Excel. So let us have it in Excel itself. So I don't want to disturb this data. Let the source data be in somewhere else. And our destination data, as I told, back end and front end. I want to make this as a back end. I don't want my end user to disturb my original source data. I just add the data, it should get updated on my reports. So I don't want to disturb this data. So let me close this. I'm going to close this, but we are going to get this data from this Excel, clean up it and make it as a proper data. And future, as I indicated, we are going to just add the data. It should get updated automatically. That's what we are going to do. I don't know whether we can do all the process today itself. We'll start. If we are not able to complete, we'll do it tomorrow also. Right? I'm closing this file. I will open a fresh new file. The shortcut key for opening a fresh new file. Control N. Very good. So new file. In this new file, I want to get that Excel table and clean up the table and load it. So today and tomorrow, we are going to follow 4 methods here. 4 methods. First, what are we going to do here is, we are going to get the data. Second, after getting the data, we are going to transform the data. After transforming the data, we have to load it. After loading, we are going to create a report. If you come for a Power BI training, I would have added one more: publishing. Publishing. 5th one is publishing if you come for Power BI. But here, we cannot publish, we can just show the report. Get. From where we are going to get the data. As of now, we are going to get it from Excel. But you can get the data from any data source in the world. Only thing is, it should be in a tabular format. Tabular means with the rows and columns. It should be in tabular. It can be a text, it can be a PDF, it can be a picture. You can take a picture and convert it as a data if the picture is a table format. So any data source in the world. So we are going to get the data. After getting the data, we are going to transform the data. Transforming, cleaning up the data, converting the usable data, proper data. We are going to transform it. For transforming, we are going to use the tool called as Power Query. After transforming, we are going to load it. Where are we going to load this? We are going to load it as an Excel table, or we can have the data into Power Query itself. Power Query can be a backend, Excel can be a front end. Yeah, we have both the options. We can put it in an Excel table, we can put it in a Power Query also. So get it, clean up it, load it into Excel or have it in Power Query also. Finally, report it. Where are we going to make a report? From morning, we are creating a report using Pivot and Power Pivot. This is the workflow which we are going to do it for next whole day. Tomorrow, the whole day, we are going to do this. Get, transform, load a report. But in Excel, we have a feature. Get, after getting, straight away you can load it also, but I don't recommend it. Always follow the hierarchy. Get, transform, load. Because in transformation, we have a specific tool available for checking your column quality, whether your column quality is right or wrong. There is a specific tool available to check your column quality. It's always better, follow the hierarchy. Don't straight away load it, but there is an option. But my recommendation, always go for get, transform, load and report. Okay? Clear? So the first process is, so let us get the data. Open a new Excel file. Go to the tab. I think Power Query, Power BI. Power BI is just very simple. It's just 10 years old. But I told you today morning when Microsoft has started the Power Query and Power Pivot, 2010. From 2010 it's available, but 2010 version was launched in 2009 itself. So approximately it's more than 16-17 years old. So Excel Power Query has came first, then only the Power BI. Power BI is just 10 years old. So let us go to data. So as I indicated, any question, doubts, query, stop me, ask me there itself. Don't hesitate. Basic, silly, any sorts of doubts. No doubts clearing session. All the sessions are doubts clearing. Don't hesitate. I can repeat it any number of times, because this may be a new feature for so many people. So stop me, ask me there itself. Data. If you are going to get the data from text file or from the website, from the picture, from a table, what is this table? If your table is a dynamic table. If a table is a dynamic table, you can use this. But let us go. It's not a dynamic table. It's a normal Excel table. Because there is some merged cell, there is some empty rows. I cannot convert it as a dynamic table. So I'm going to make it as a normal table. Data. Get data. Data. Get data. From file. From an Excel file, from a text file, from a XML, JSON, PDF folder, SharePoint folder. From a database. You can get it from SQL, Oracle, any database, SAP, any data source in the world, Azure, all the data sources are listed here. Almost all the data source in the world is listed here. So, but now we are going to go with from file, then Excel workbook. So go to data, get data, from file, from Excel workbook. Okay, done. Data, get data, from file, from Excel workbook. Browse and select the file. Normally, how do we select it? Same methods. Let me go to that exercise file and select that 05 revenue analysis. I'm selecting the 05 revenue analysis. I hope all are in the same screen. All are with me. Import. Now it will go to my navigator screen. It will be in the navigator screen. On the navigator screen, on the bottom of the navigator screen, there are two options. Load, transform, actually three options. Load, transform and cancel. The load transform is graded out. It's deactivated. Why? We didn't select that sheet. We didn't select that sheet. Sir, if you are not able to select, that means you didn't zip that file. Morning, I asked you to unzip that file. Then that means you didn't close that file. I asked you to close the source file and open a fresh new file. You didn't close that original source file. The revenue analysis you close பண்ணாமலே openly வச்சிருக்கீங்க sir. Normally always the opened file it should be closed. It will throw an error always. Not only here, everywhere in the world. Now it will open. If the file is opened, you cannot connect it. Done? Now I selected that. Why this load and transform is graded out? The reason is I didn't select that. On the top you can see this is my file name. On the bottom this is my sheet name. If you have multiple sheets, all the sheet name will be displayed. Multiple sheets we are going to see tomorrow. Tomorrow we will start with multiple sheet. Now we are going to work with only one sheet. Select this. Now three option. You have to suggest me what is the option I am going to do here. Load or transform. I think we have to go with transform. Load means it will load into Excel. Transform will go to Power Query. I recommended please go with Power Query. And small warning is you cannot come back to Excel when you go to Power Query. After finishing all the steps in Power Query, only we can come back to Excel. Until you cannot open any Excel file. Any Excel file. So let me click on transform. It has landed into Power Query now. It's not a separate software. It's inbuilt with Microsoft Excel. Now if you try to open any other Excel file, which is impossible, you cannot do that. After doing all the cleaning up process, after loading only, then we can come to our Excel file. So now we have landed into Power Query. Here is where we are going to clean up and we are going to do all the formulas, functions, lookup, if function, consolidation, merging, appending, everything, combining the multiple files, everything we are going to do it here. And what are all the steps we are going to do, what are all the options we are going to do, we are going to explore one by one. Unfortunately, as I indicated, we'll see one by one tomorrow. So, as of now, just we have seen how to land. We have seen we are in the process of get is over. Now we are in the process of transforming. So we have to spend more time on transform. I don't want to rush up and finish all the concept. We have to understand each and every steps. Then we have to transform it. Then we have to load it. Okay, we'll spend more time on this. Tomorrow with a fresh mind, we'll spend more time on this. Okay. Until then. Any questions, queries as of now? I will do that. I will do that. Not immediately, sir. It will take some time. Give me some time to travel to my place and I will upload it by today evening. But unfortunately, we didn't do anything here. No need for saving this file. So let me close it without saving because I didn't do anything. I will close the file without saving. Discard because nothing is there. Close the file. Tomorrow we'll see in depth of this power pivots. Okay? Clear on this? Can I stop the video recording? If you don't have any questions.